Uh, 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 Hello?
I'll just say everybody can do video. Speak.
By the way, like yesterday's the day that we get to like our kids are gonna ask us about, or our grandkids are gonna ask us about for like their history.
I know. It's gonna be so fucked up in the textbooks for sure. Can you do video now?
Let's see. Can't stream into this channel. Let me try logging out and logging back in.
Wait, can you hear me?
Oh,
I can hear you.
Okay.
Quiet.
I'm quiet?
Let's see.
Very quiet. I can turn up your volume.
Hang on.
Because it's not gonna like rock it up and blow up my eardrums.
Well, I'm a loud person, so. So wait. When we meet the video, I can't stream into this channel either.
Weird. I think my permissions are all fucked up. Hang on a sec. I had my cousin help me like set up all the permissions on all the channels for my Discord.
Fire him.
Yeah. Hang on a second.
He's no longer your cousin.
I've disowned him. Permissions. Maybe I'll make a special role for you guys, but let's see here. Should be. Oh, weird. Huh, that's why. Okay. I think I figured it out. Okay, does it work now?
Well, let me check.
Is it working now?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, for everyone, the permission was neutral, but for some reason for followers, which is just a tag that got applied to everybody on my Discord now, for some reason it was set to no video.
Are we your fan base? Is that what this is? Are we your followers?
Yeah, oh god.
You guys are my shit, I haven't come up with a punny name yet.
Yeah.
My conclave. Ah.
Your concubine.
You can't see my face, but I wince. I like the concubines. I'm into that.
See, it's just on the tip of being controversial.
You know what? If I was doing really smutty art, that would be like the perfect branding.
Nah, man, you gotta tip it. You gotta go between being able to sell Snickers and Stridex. You gotta do both. You can't do one or the other.
Build that brand.
Alright. I see your videos are loading, but for some reason...
I think it's because my camera's being used. And Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Using my face cam. Let me see.
Oh right, we had this problem before.
Yeah. But I don't know if I can share my screen though.
It should be the same permission, so I think you have permission to share screen now. Stuck on loading for some reason.
I have a few options.
You guys can see me, right?
I can see you, yeah. Do you have OBS up?
I do.
I have Streamlabs open, yeah.
Okay.
But right now for some reason my MacBook doesn't have a problem using my camera for multiple apps, but...
Yeah, mine didn't before, because I remember I was doing this and had multiple streams of it going. Well, I could just be the turn up with the sultry voice. That might work, and people can see me on my stream if they care. You know, I've been dead for months, so you know.
Oh yeah, I've been super inactive on my Twitch the last.
I've been
like 2 months.
I've been overactive.
Oh, that's good.
How is one overactive?
No, I haven't taken a break in God knows how long. Like, Jesus.
God damn.
I've just been going through.
Yo, if you can take this stress and funnel it into that, hats off to you.
It's honestly, this is the best this is one of my outlets for, just because I'm an extrovert, so all I do is just talk and talk and talk, and if I don't have a platform to do that, I just die on the inside.
Is screen share working?
Screen share, let me check.
Yeah,
I
like,
could
can I
just
see your...
share my. Let's try go live. Look, that was that pretty background that I was talking about. Making.
Ah, nice. Okay, so I can see your screen. Might be better to not do cams anyway, since we're streaming and doing screen shares.
Yeah, I spent.
Jamal, is your screen share working?
It is. I'm gonna go ahead and put Discord up as a window.
Share my screen. Let's try.
I'm fine with not doing a cam for this because I spent a good amount of time on that profile picture. That took me a good 20 minutes.
Sorry, what's that you cut out there?
I'm fine with not screen sharing. With not screen sharing. With no cam. That's what I meant. With no cam.
Yeah.
Because I spent so much time on this profile picture.
Oh right, yeah.
Just eons. You can tell.
You can tell I didn't just find a picture and trace it.
I enjoy how you guys both have, like, you know, a well-drawn emote, and I've still just got my turnip. I really like my turnip.
I like your turnip.
It's a nice turnip.
I definitely stole it from someone online. 100%. This is stolen artwork.
But is it your OC do not steal?
I could make it that and be just a total shithead.
Honestly,
I should just make my own turnip and then say OC do not steal.
Oh god, that's pretty good. You gotta add eyes on it, and you have to do the Sonic recolor thing. You ever see those things on DeviantArt where they have a blue Sonic? No.
What?
A blue Sonic. Sonic's blue.
Yep. Already is color.
Sonic is blue. That is.
You know those blue Sonic. Someone's always trying to come up with some crazy twist. Some people make Sonic blue.
It's crazy. Some people make Knuckles red.
Yeah, I thought that you were gonna tell me that I should give the turnip like human teeth and then revise that to not be so horrifying. That's where I thought you were going with the Sonic joke.
You know what? That works too.
Just give some horrible teeth.
Everyone in Sonic has really immaculate teeth, but it's not as scary as Mario. You know how in Mario games everything has eyes?
Yeah.
That's scarier.
Everything has eyes. Really?
That's scarier for me. Because I feel like I'm being watched.
Oh, you most certainly are. Like, that's one of those 100% things. But it's okay because you have murder on your side.
We're all being watched a little bit.
That's true.
We are literally about to go live, so yes.
Oh, well, that's also true, I guess, now that you put it that way.
We are literally streaming our home base to the internet by choice. That is... that one I can't blame on the government.
That's true, Okay, I just need to figure out why... Oh, I see.
Bowser ranked Father of the Year.
Sorry, I'm just getting all my stuff sort of framed correctly here for the Discord. I have a new overlay for my live stream, but it really only works when I'm doing the iPad view. Like, I really shaped it specifically for that.
What does it look like?
It's like all this cool machinery and shit.
Oh.
I guess you can see once I start going live.
I'm slightly annoyed today because one of my friends was like, man, I really want to do your art, or I really want your art for like this rush job. And I'm like, that's great. If it's going to be a week, it's going to be, this sort of price. Let's try and get this together. It was supposed to be today so that I could get it to them by next Wednesday. And I have not heard hide nor hair from them, and I will not enjoy doing a rush job in 5 days for like a full color poster. That will make me a very unhappy camper.
Yeah, that's rough. That's a fast
How much
How
are you?
big
Yeah.
are like a poster?
How much are you charging?
It would be a poster for a magazine for the United States Postal Service, like, or for
Oh,
their
wow.
workers union. And like,
That's cool.
I would love to do that, but I would also like to have more than 5 days to make sure I don't fuck it up. Like, some of my things, I was like, oh, I was supposed to go out in a week, and then I got more time, and then I was like, oh, I made it like it was okay, and now it's like, fuck yes, great. After getting like one more week, so you just need that time to sit on that egg.
Oh, totally.
So
No,
like,
it's like you gotta like have time to like do it reasonably and like have time to think about it and revise and not just do like the first draft.
yeah, because also if like this is the slow response, and they want that fast of a turnaround, you gotta hit those certain. Actually,
Oh,
what
you've
do you
got to be
think
able to
your
communicate
process?
quick.
What is your process for that? Because I do rough
For
draft.
commissions?
Yeah, for like commission. So I do like rough draft revision, and then you go to rough draft colored revision from there, and then you do a final, and you do final revisions.
I do rough draft. I do rough draft, and then I'll send it to the client, and I'll say, "What do you think of this?" Oh, this could you could change this, down the other, and then I do invoice, revise, finish. Actually, I do revise, invoice, finish. But I always get approval for the final sketch.
I feel like it's always a little different for me depending on like what the gig is. Like some of my gigs like are literally just like concept art, so it's just kind of like pretty rough stuff. And then like others, like I've had a couple like smaller gigs where like I'm just doing like a single character, and so like I'll kind of like those ones I don't really need to like send them, like a rough draft or anything. So I pretty much just like, I work out the concept with them and then I just, like send them the finished product.
Mm-hmm.
But like I had that really big, super long hallway poster thing, which was like literally a fucking year of like emails back and forth of like revisions and then revisions of the revisions. And so I don't know. It's like, I feel like it's very like context based, right?
There's like depending on how much your client is paying you, you are willing to put up with more bullshit. But like as a standard thing, I try and like give people this so that they have like a template that they know going forward of talk to them about X, Y, and Z now.
Mm-hmm. I usually have. I'll be honest. I usually have low end clients. Like I don't. I usually get like people, so I'm very stingy. I cover all of my bases just so that no one runs off with like $75 of work.
Yeah.
And then because the problem is that when you make the payment too close to the end of the product, people can just run off and say, or they could just keep giving you excuses. Oh, well, I couldn't get the money together. Well, time's been hard. It's like, well, then don't commission artwork.
I always take like half payment up front, half on delivery.
That's good.
Yeah, that was something I learned from my mom because she's a freelance costumer, and like she's like, you do not like even like put one foot out the door to like start shopping until like you have money in hand.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that, and now I'm going to. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's like first half as a deposit is like just in my mind an absolute must.
That would be good. I have a friend who I made some commission pieces for, and then she at the very end she was unable to pay me because she like lost her job and like actively fell on hard times.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's different though.
Course, but...
Yeah. And so now I'm just like, it's been a year out. You're doing better. You have now had the pieces for 6 months, and now I'm just like, how do I broach the subject of can you like start paying me for that?
It's like you see she has another job, and then here's what don't what you do is
you don't want to be like a money lender. You're just like, oh my god.
No, look, as an artist, as someone, well, like as any laborer, right? Like, as much as like it's nice to make fun things for your friends, like it is the unfortunate thing of like, art is one of those career paths that I think is like very much like taken advantage of and undervalued,
especially
and, like,
in the West, especially in America.
Which is like a huge understatement, right? But it's like it's not your responsibility to make other people like to make up for other people's like inability to like pay for things on time or whatever. Like you are still you have to make a living too, and like you know, the thing that sucks about being a freelance artist is like you get to make all this cool art, but you also have to be like a savvy business person.
Yeah, you gotta look out for the people who have their debit cards out in the front of their wallets. And it's time to trim the marks.
You're not wrong. This is all solid advice. I appreciate it. I like honestly the whole having a deposit thing is quite brilliant, and then they'll feel like they also have buy-in and that it's real.
No, totally. I mean, like, that's just, I think with anything that's like a one-time commission, I think it's just like, you have to be like, look, like, especially if it's like a longer project, right? Like, if you're going to spend 3 weeks on a thing and, like, say you're working full-time 3 weeks on it, like, you still need to pay for your groceries and pay your bills and,
Oh, yeah.
be able to survive so that you can do the work over those 3 weeks. And usually, like, I mean, I think that's like authors get that too. Like, if they sell a book to the publisher, they they'll get like they'll get like a half stipend up front, and then another half when they like finish writing the book, and then whatever they get like from royalties when the book is like sold.
Right. It depends on how long you're working on a project, who the client is, and then also how much you trust the person. I have trust issues, so I usually don't. Because I also do a lot of commissions at conventions, which is the most, like, that is the easiest way for someone to just run off with something. So I also do contracts. I do written agreements for bigger commissions. Like, if I'm commissioned I think like a couple of times I was commissioned to do like a variant cover for something, and I actually would pen together a contract to have it written as an agreement. Handshake agreements are the most dangerous thing you can do, because you gotta have it in pen. You gotta have it in pen and paper, so then you can buy a fancy guy in a suit to come in and say, "Yeah, he didn't pay the thing because it said it written on the paper."
Yeah, well, and that's why, like, for anything that's like small enough to where I'm not gonna bother doing like contractual stuff, like, I'll just be like, all right, yeah, for like most of my like small gigs for like $100 or so, it's like it'll just be a verbal or like written agreement, right? But then, like, that's why you take the deposit up front, and you don't deliver, like, you show them that like it's done, but you don't like give it to them until they pay the second half.
Or you just do the Jay-Z, just say "fuck you, pay me." You just write that on the page.
Yeah.
I'm going to like internalize this confidence into some of my business transactions. I find that when you're talking to someone, you like, so if I go with my low voice like I'm doing right now, very calm, very like easy, and I just tell them how it is, they like nod along, and they're like, clearly you know what you're doing, and I'm like, ha ha ha, I'm making things up on the spot, and I feel a little bit like I'm taking advantage of you. Yeah, finger guns.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to present yourself as super serial. You have to go into the business meeting and say, like, I am a professional illustrator. I've worked for New York Magazine and Time Magazine. I've been commissioned by this person and that person from the Upper East Side. Owen Hart's had a family.
Wait, have you done stuff for those magazines? Now I want to know.
I wish, but it's one of those, you know what? Okay, it takes getting the drawing from in New Yorker. That's like end of the line career shit. Like, Robert Crumb just made it into the New Yorker in 2011. Yeah. Like, that's how long it took, like, fancy rich people to accept him as an artist.
I was watching a TikTok of someone who does, I think it's art for the Times, because they do it for some of the articles.
Yeah.
And they're like going through their process, and I'm like, that is the charming life of an artist I would like to live, because they get an order, they think about it, they do a rough draft, send it in, but they're like, I gotta get my coffee, I gotta, have a good meal in the morning, I gotta shower, I gotta go for my
actually
run.
have time to reasonably spend on
magical.
Like what they're working on. Yeah.
When I see comic artists who take pictures of their kids, I'm like, when the fuck do you have time to do that? How little photo evidence of my children there would be?
Oh yeah, like if you were doing this and also had kids.
Oh yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
You would not know I have children until they're old enough to make their own Twitter accounts.
You would not mind them for views? Are you kidding me? You would not sell out your children for likes.
No, but you gotta put them on TikTok, and you gotta make them do like the cinnamon challenge or the Tide Pod challenge or whatever challenge it is where you eat something terribly unhealthy, and then everyone laughs on camera before everyone gets rushed to the poison control center.
You could go. I have seen so many TikToks though where it's just a baby and like the parents like playing peekaboo, and that has like millions of likes. Like people are baby starved sometimes, and you're like, oh.
And they're kid starved. It's weird. I mean,
like. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, like that's why I watch TikTok for the pets. I'm pet starved. I need to see cats being fat. Like that's a need.
Do you like cats sitting down on their back or standing on their hind legs?
When they lay down and they show you their belly, like that's so cute.
When they do the Snorlax.
Yeah, I've drawn Snorlax. I like Snorlax.
Snorlax is great.
Everybody likes Snorlax. You
Best.
kidding me?
Alright,
I finally figured out my audio problems, I think, so my stream will actually pick you guys up when.
Aces. Well, so the slight problem is
we're now 20 minutes out from your sign off time.
Yeah, so we can make it either like really quick and do a fun just chatting while we're doing art, or like whatever you're feeling.
I have my screen side by side with like what I'm working on right now. So I have Discord on the left, and then I have my art on the right, or the other way around. I'm not good with direction. I have Discord on the right, and my drawings on the left.
I have my second screen is like up. It's on my upper desktop.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. Oh, actually, Constantine, can you blast oh my gosh, yeah, can you blast Timber King a little bit more, Jamal?
Blast me up.
I can't hear him.
I think that's individual. I think I can't control it for everybody. I think you just have to do that on your
Because
own.
you are very quiet.
I'm far away. Let me actually turn it up here. Hang on, let me turn it up on Discord because this is weird. I have an audio feed going into.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, much better.
That's better. I'm here.
There we go.
Yeah.
Your input volume was like super low, I think.
Yeah, it's Discord. I don't understand. I'm a confused old.
I have like three different things that are all like, like all controlling different elements of my like volume and stuff.
Yeah, I've been on Discord for 3 years and I still use it like a confused old man. How do you adjust the video?
I guess I'm going live now.
All right.
What are we just calling drawing games? Art. Drawing. Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna go ahead and let me do something too.
And we're live, I think. I think we're live on my stream. God,
We are definitely live on my stream.
We are live on the streets of Chile, New York City.
How many months now?
In Boston, thank you very much. Well, I mean Somerville.
You mean you're from Baston? I'm sorry, I had to.
Baston.
From
I
Baston.
mean, like, swing and a miss, but good try.
I tried my best. I mean, I'm a New Yorker. Hey,
Yeah,
Gabba the
New
ghoul.
York accent. That's the one.
Forget about it. All that stuff.
So I'm actually, I know that like
Authentic.
forget about it is definitely a New York thing, but that feels slightly more Bostonian purely due to the amount of mobsters that we currently still have here in our government. I think honestly, then that would mean Rhode Island would beat us both, but that's a whole separate issue, and they're not
Does
here.
Rhode
so.
Island have like an entire government of mobsters? Is that what
Yes.
you're implying?
Yes.
I've never heard of this, but
Oh, there's
believe you.
podcasts.
They're mobster podcasts.
Yeah, there's a podcast all about how mobsters ran all over Rhode Island.
is it podcasts by mobsters or
No.
for mobsters? Or both?
About mobsters.
Oh, so
Oh, okay.
I think it was called like Crime Town or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, Crime Town, and it's all about. Oh my God, what the heck was his name? I'm googling it right now. Oh, it was the guy who made the Jinx. That makes sense because I loved that nonsense. Yeah,
Is
it's
that
focused
like
on.
a heist podcast?
No, the Jinx was all about getting a guy who got away with murdering someone to admit on tape to murdering those people.
Ooh,
Is that
that's
Richard
wild.
Kuklinski?
No, the Jinx is something Frost, I think. Hold on, let me double check.
Nick Frost.
No, not Nick Frost. Robert.
I
Durst.
wish.
Robert Durst.
Fred Durst?
Robert Durst. Wait,
No, Robert
why
Durst. Because he
I
was
know
a
that
New
name.
York. He was a New York mogul. He was part of like a family somewhat like Trump's.
Huh.
And
The
he
Durst
kept.
family?
Yeah.
Oh,
he kept,
like Anita Durst? No, that's somebody else.
Are any of these people related to Fred Durst?
Yes.
Yes.
Fred Durst was his father.
Excellent.
I
Yeah,
have
no, they're
no
all-
idea who any of these people are.
Wait.
But anyway.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say that. Yeah, Robert Durst was pretty much caught red-handed with having killed a person and then dismembering them and putting their dismembered parts in garbage bags and throwing his garbage bags out to sea. But because
Oh
the
my
head was
god.
yeah, and like he went to prison and then he made bail and then he fled and then they caught him 6 months later and then he went to trial and he beat the trial because they couldn't find the head, and Robert Durst's lawyer was like, oh, the guy shot himself in the head, and Robert Durst was like, oh my god, now I have a dead body, clearly I have to cut it up and like throw him out to sea because that's the only thing a rational person would do.
I would do that.
Wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems.
I gotta
Yeah.
cut up the body. I gotta make sure they don't know it was me.
Yeah, who was here
Well, I
for
gotta
his
make sure nobody
suicide.
blames me, of course, for finding the body.
If the person's in pieces, they technically don't exist.
The peekaboo principle.
Exactly.
Right. If
It's-
you can't see them, they're not there.
It's they're out of sight, out of mind. You see, it's just like that. I can't see them, so they're no longer there. So I dispose the body. I've erased their identity.
I mean,
Yes.
I see no flaw in this logic.
Nope.
And clearly
Seems
it worked.
perfectly reasonable.
So, the guy, for also spoilers to anyone who cares, but yeah, they got him on tape to talk about all of these murders that he was linked to that he said that he wasn't a part of. And like at the 11th hour of their recording, they stumble upon new evidence. And so
Oh,
they
and got him to confess?
they got him to confess on a hot mic while he was going to the bathroom.
Ew. So
Yeah, well, he had the mic on, and he just forgot that it was recording.
and he took a piss.
Wait, so he just confessed to himself alone in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Why'd he talk to
They-
himself?
Well, because so they had him dead to rights on something, and so
Uh-huh.
he was like, I need to take a break, I need to go to the bathroom, and they're like, okay, so he goes to the bathroom, and he's just like
Uh-huh.
looking in the mirror, he goes, what did you do, what did you do? Well, I killed them, of course. And he comes back
He was
out.
talking to himself in the mirror?
Yeah.
Wild.
Man, some
And so,
oh
Terrifying.
yeah.
so yeah, he killed 3 people, he admitted to it on a hot mic while going to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
If I'm
That's what this man was called.
if I'm talking to relatively suspicious people who look like police officers and I know that I committed a crime, the one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the bathroom, wash my face, and say, I can't believe I murdered my family. Oh my god.
Just admit it to yourself aloud.
I
you know,
killed
in
my
case
whole
they're-
family.
So it wasn't
In case
police
they have their ear to the
officers.
door.
It was a documentarian because
Yeah.
the guy was making a documentary about his life.
Oh
It was supposed to be
no.
yeah.
That's worse.
That is
Not
worse.
right?
So
Like,
that guy
yeah.
be prime down.
I
Pretty wild.
I love those documentaries where it follows one person and it's doing like their everyday, day-to-day whatever. Because they're always, have you seen The Last Dance?
No.
Oh god, it's a whole it's about Michael Jordan and how he's a registered sociopath.
Oh God. What?
Really?
Do you guys okay, Michael Jordan,
Do people get registered for that sort of thing?
you can. He's a sociopath.
Wait. What?
It's well documented. So Michael Jordan, first off, he has a crippling gambling problem, and
Whoa.
he gets to the point where he motivates his teammates where he gets to the point where he starts punching them. Like he punched who's Scottie Pippen to make him play better during practice, and he
like decked him in the face.
Yep.
Or?
just beat him up.
Oh my god.
There
Whoa.
he cursed out Larry Bird after he beat him. He's I can't describe all of it, but there are all these stories where the contrast between how people talk about Michael Jordan and how Michael Jordan talks is pretty ridiculous. Where people will say, "Oh, Michael Jordan, he would really push us to the limit, and he's a little bit of a bully," and then Michael Jordan would just come in and say, "Well, I just want to win." It's like, what is wrong with you?
Oh my god.
There's a clear
Man,
difference.
Like, I just have to imagine when you are pursuing a career as like, you know, trying to be the top in your field of whatever field, right? Like I just can't imagine you get to that stage and like not be a little bit out of your mind. Like I feel like the type of person who truly achieves like the top of like whatever their field is, right?
Yeah.
You know, and in whatever competitive nature, like you just have to be like that amount of like determined and driven that like you kind of have to be a little, I don't know, like insane of some variety is my sense, right?
Yeah. It's like the end of the Nina Simone documentary.
What?
Who was that again?
Nina Simone was this Caribbean American pianist from mostly the 60s, early 70s, also 50s too. And
Oh, good.
really good. But it's like when she's climbing up the fame ladder, you can kind of see that little bit of like edge where it's like, whoa, you know. There's a few
I
things.
can't even imagine that pressure though, like to be
Oh, yeah.
truly like the best person in the world in your craft or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Wait,
like
so-
your sport or
Are you telling me that you don't want to be the very best, like no one ever was?
I mean,
Do you catch them? Is it your real test?
I don't know if to catch them ever will be my real test.
But to
or-
train them is your cause.
Do you travel across the land and search far and wide?
These Pokemon, they don't understand.
I don't understand. They don't understand.
The power that's inside.
Yeah,
Uh,
Pokemon.
speaking of not understanding, I don't know how we got to this point in the conversation.
Parents just
but
don't understand.
Why don't we get
Monsters
to
in
tell
government.
our lovely people tuning in why we're here.
We're gonna make art.
I'm arting.
Do some drawing game.
Gonna draw.
Are you already arting?
I've been arting for the past 30 minutes. I've just been working on this other project on the side. So
Oh, wow. I thought our conversation was kind of important, and I thought what we were doing was special, but
I'm a multitasking tactician.
Listen,
I mean,
you did
clearly.
it time, and it's honestly rude to assume that.
Wait, were you guys? How much did I agree to pay you guys?
Not enough.
You offered me exposure, and I cried in the corner.
Jamal, that's the industry standard these days.
God damn it, you're right.
That's the only way we get paid.
I'm an aggregator, Constantine. Rachel, I'm an aggregator. I don't steal art. I aggregate.
I'm a fucking
Oh.
aggravator.
You're that person at
Got him.
Con with way too many anime fan arts of like pretty ladies in really suggestive poses. We all know that one.
The
That-
one with all the pillowcases,
No, not necessarily the pillowcase one. It's
like the
there's
fan
a-
art ones.
Yeah, the fan art one. The one where they've got, Samus, they've got Princess Peach, and all of them are incredibly explicit, but really well done anime versions.
Yeah, like
So you're
super well rendered.
Are you talking about like Sakimi-chan stuff? The Canadian artist? She does a lot of like pinup stuff.
she might, but there's someone who
Sounds right.
specifically takes art like that and just steals it and goes to all the cons. At least they do around here.
Oh, there's someone who there's a very talented pinup artist where it's my favorite moment. He was at a convention with somebody who stole his art, and then he went over to that table and asked to buy something, and he was like, this is mine, right? And then it's pack the car. Pack the car, get out of there.
He just
You're
walked
done.
up and was like, saw his art at somebody else's table.
Yeah. And then he bought it, and then the guy ended up leaving. The guy who stole his art ended up leaving.
That's good. I feel
Yeah.
like that's the move at that point. Once you've been called out for literally selling stolen art in front of a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who
Alright.
has. Oh, go for it. Sorry, go.
Oh no, I was just gonna suggest, since Rachel, you don't have too much time tonight, I was gonna suggest we do just like a quick game.
All right.
I was thinking we should just do we can do creature mashups,
Okay.
and I think the way we'll do it is we'll just the person who's drawing, whose turn it is, the other two of us will each come up with an animal and then like say it at the same time,
Oh, okay.
and that way it's just quick and easy, and like nice simple drawing game.
You could.
Separate animal.
Rachel should draw first since she has to leave soon.
Yeah, Rachel, why don't you go first?
Oh, good.
All right, so Jamal and I gotta think of. Are we sticking exclusively to real animals?
Here, I'll start sharing my screen too.
Gonna go ahead and pull up
Yeah.
my extensive list of Pokemon that are in my brain. No.
It's just Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess.
that's all we make it.
Yeah, you know what? For tonight, why don't we'll stick to
Real animals.
actual creatures. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I pull up reference
Um,
art or references?
Sure.
Or is that not allowed? Cool.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. I don't see why not.
I really references so important.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
weird.
Come to think of it, I don't think I could draw like, I don't know, a giraffe very well off the top of my memory.
I can draw a fly.
All right, so I guess Jamal come up with an animal. I'll come up with an animal. Once we both have decided upon our animal ahead of time, then we will disclose them.
You want to do like on the count of 3?
I'm still thinking of. Have you already picked one?
Oh, I already have one in mind.
Oh, all right. Wow. Okay, so then I'm gonna go with. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Koala bear.
Turtle.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm
We
into
gotta do
it.
a koala bear turtle.
All right, I've got my images pulled up. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, so I have to get rid of my shuffling man. All right, how much time do I have for this?
10 minutes?
I mean, do you have enough time to stick around for like just each of us doing a round?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, screw it.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have to put a specific time limit on it, right?
Yeah, sure. That seems fine. I'll keep it loose. It'll be loose tonight.
Do you know how do you ever see articles about koala bears being violent?
I've heard of them getting drunk and falling on people. I know that that's false, but I like it.
They get drunk on certain like tree shoots that they eat. And then
Oh, like because they get like fermented or something?
yeah, cuz they get fermented and they fall over and they fall on their like little koala arses.
Koala
That's
arses.
cute.
Koala arses.
I like
That's
it.
really cute.
See, I feel like this is just a study in character drawing, which I am clearly not prepared for, but I'm gonna give it my all. Have you guys heard of the thing where you're supposed to make a pear and then put an arrow in it?
What?
Like, so I
Oh,
went
like
to
a pear shape?
yeah, like a pear shape, and then you make it more dramatic by pretending that you've just like drawn put an arrow directly into it, make like a sort of kink in the body, and that makes dynamic action. It's kinda cool.
You mean like
Interesting.
like when you build the skeleton?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've heard one theory that I've been interested in is like the whole like don't draw with ovals, draw with triangles. It always shifts the weight in one direction or the other, and most shapes are like not like anytime you're doing poses and postures, like you always want to have these sort of like asymmetrical shifts in the weight as opposed to like these like symmetrical oval shapes.
It's how you make the contradictory pasta. I mean contrapposto. It's both
True.
Contradictory pasta is actually religion. It's the what is it? The the flying spaghetti monster.
Was that did you make that, or was that a Watchmen reference?
No, isn't Pastafarianism.
Pastafarianism.
Yeah, you haven't heard of that?
I'm Jamaican. I know everything that ends with Farianism.
It's like an
That
actual.
sounds like a hard no.
It's an actual.
I'm a bad liar.
Fake religion that somebody made, and I think it's called Pastafarianism, and they worship the flying spaghetti monster. But I think it's like basically like a big. It's sort of like just like it was like designed to like kind of criticize and like kind of crack fun at like the way we structure organized religion around like governments and shit, and how they like get tax breaks and all that
Yeah.
crap.
That's interesting. Now, where does Xenu fit into the picture? My Lord and Savior from Scientology.
Oh, man.
I think he's at like some kind of ongoing universal scale, duke 'em up, duke it out kind of fist fight with the flying spaghetti monster. If the flying spaghetti monster had fists, of
I
course.
thought he was playing Super Mario Kart with Tom Cruise.
I mean, he can probably do both, right?
Yeah, he's an all-seeing God created by L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah. Well, not according to L. Ron Hubbard.
he put 400 people on a boat and called it a country.
I can put a hat
Wait,
on my head
really?
and call
Is
myself
that-
an
did that
actor, but
happen?
that ain't true either.
Do you know about Sea Org? Like,
Yes.
you know about
I
Sea
heard
Org?
about it, but I don't think I know about this.
He made a boat country. Like, he put everyone on a boat, and then he said, like, that we're sovereign citizens. We're on a boat. Sea Org. It's our own country. And he would do this in a way where, because it's a boat, he can go into other countries' like jurisdictions and constantly change his laws.
Yeah. Isn't that how he got like away with all of his crimes for so long?
He would do a crime, and then he would float his boat to like India and say, "Well, you can't catch me here. It's legal."
Right. Interesting.
It's terrible.
Well, I mean, 'cause technically, when you're in international waters, like there are there laws in international waters? Like, how does that work?
Yes. There are maritime laws. There are laws. There are
But
laws.
like, is it like does everybody have to agree on what those are? Is that like
I'm pretty
a,
sure. I'm pretty sure there are maritime laws. I'm sure when you get into certain spaces, like there's gonna be parts of like I know that the U.S. owns some territory in some waters, so once you end up in those waters, you have to follow the
right,
U.S.'s like thing going on there. But
right, but like but specifically like international waters like is its own thing where like it's like the UN or something has to determine what maritime laws are, right?
yeah, like they keep it loose.
So if I shoot my pal Timothy in the head with a pistol, who arrests me, a man or a shark? How's that work?
Depends
Whoever
who gets
catches you
cheaper.
first.
There we go. Proud of us. Good job.
Yeah. I saw a great meme going around that's like sure, a shark can swim faster than me, but I can run faster than a shark.
Yeah.
Triathlon, it really comes down to who can ride a bike faster.
It's cardio.
Sense is made.
Which I feel like money's still on the person, but I don't know. The shark may surprise you.
Sharks are incredibly athletic. They have very hidden legs that you don't see, that it keeps hidden from scientists.
Yeah, they've got those secret biking fins.
They have those big muscular legs that you'd see on like a kid's drawing of a superhero.
Yeah. Now I'm just imagining like a panel sort of like opening up, like it's like retractable robot sort of legs that have like a smooth panel surface, so you don't actually see it until they pop out.
So it's streamlined.
Yeah, exactly. It's like landing gears on a jet.
That koala's turning out nice so far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with my turtle walla. I'm doing it Avatar style.
Kurtwala.
Turtwala. Yeah, where you just like put one element of a different animal on it, and clearly it's something else.
Yeah, I like that.
Just aspire to be like Avatar, and I'm clearly not just cheating. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, look, we all aspire to be like Avatar. I mean, I find one of the greatest struggles in creating fiction is to not just accidentally make Avatar.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, all of a sudden you start saying Earth, Wind, Water, and you gotta talk about the four nations.
You're hanging out in Ontario, right? And you're with your friend and you're with your brother. Your brother falls in love with a lady who turns out to be a moon spirit. And then some angry guys from Florida on big fireboats come in and say, we're going to take your brother's girlfriend. And then she just disintegrates into the pool and goes into the sky. Now you have god powers and you're pushing everybody all the way down to South America. That's an everyday situation.
Such a classic story. Like,
You know, typical.
I've done that on the weekends.
Well, that's I think that's one of the seven types of storytelling, right? Like that's one of the classic, you know, every 1 out of every 7 stories is that exact one that you just told us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I remember growing up with that story even.
It's like a
Because I'm old.
what are the do you know what the other 6 story types are?
Well, one of them's I think something about turtle koalas.
Yeah.
You also have something about like it's like the hero's vacation.
Okay.
Let's see.
Where does fighting somebody and then going into the Naruto guilt trip about how your father killed his father, where does that story fit in?
Oh yeah, the Naruto guilt trip. That's definitely one of them.
Why is it they always do that?
Which one?
Oh, what, just in anime or just in
Well, just in anime, but particularly Naruto, where you have like a guy fighting a guy, and then he's like, "Your father was an alcoholic, and now you will also become an alcoholic." It's like, that's rough, man. Like, you can't just tell that to somebody.
Honestly, I mean, you gotta think about like, I feel like the thing with early anime. Well, I mean, in that it all like stemmed from manga, right? Like all the like early like action-packed like manga, like Dragon Ball Z and stuff. Like it all like stems from, you know, like you have to fill, you know, you're getting paid by the page, right? And then like, you also like you can only like put so much time to those like super detailed action sequences.
Yeah.
And so I feel like just naturally they're developed like that. I feel like that's where the whole, you know, like crazy talking sequences that just like interrupt every moment of action and go on for like God knows how long.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of had to have been where that organically kind of came from, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this Turtle Walla's got like a real he's got a real frowny on.
Yeah, he's a drop koala. A drop
Oh,
koala.
he's now. Do turtle koalas also live in Australia?
That's a good question.
Are they like? Are they like, you know, make their home on some other part of the planet? You know, where
Oh.
slipped into Australian for a second.
Unexpected.
There, Taika Waititi.
Nope.
Unsuspected.
Unsuspecting. Because I feel like Australians would already know, like they already have drop bears, but like with turtle koalas, you know, maybe they live in an environment where, like, you know, you don't have a population that kind of knows their deal.
What's a drop bear?
Oh, Jamal, have you never been?
I've heard of drop butt, but that's a whole different search engine.
Drop bears.
Yeah.
Got a search engine today.
Yeah, no, drop bears are. I've never been to Australia, but I've had several Australian roommates, and from what they tell me, you got to be real careful. Like anytime you go to Australia, you gotta, like, if you're in like a tree or wooded area, you know, You gotta make sure you're kind of like keeping your eyes to the skies because they'll get you.
What the fuck? These things are terrifying.
Drop bears?
Yeah,
Or are you googling them?
I already found a picture. What am I looking at?
Drop bears, man.
I don't like them. They're like
You know that like 90% of all life in Australia is designed to kill you, right?
why are drop bears just koala bears but chaotic evil?
Look, man, fucking, I didn't invent nature.
Look at this. Wait, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna hang on. Oh no. Help
Oh
me.
my god, if I'm being honest.
I thought the drop bear got you, man.
I thought the drop bear got me too. I just put it in a place. They're terrifying. I don't like them.
Yeah, dude, that's one more reason not to go to Australia. Oh, and he's gone again.
I'm here.
Oh, what was that sound then?
I don't know, but it's a drop bear. It's in my room.
Yeah, it's in your head now. So also, I know that it's looking a little sloth-esque, but we're going with it. So I hope you guys don't mind.
No, that's fine. I mean, maybe it's got a third animal kind of mixed in there.
Yeah.
You know, who knows what happened
In Australia.
Terror
Ooh,
happened in
I
Australia.
like that texture. What brush is that?
I'm using Krita, and this is the smudge chalk brush. It's the closest that I've found to mimic the brush from what's it called? Olympus Lore. I
Oh.
really like that art style, so I've
Still
found a
haven't
brush.
finished reading that.
It's still going, so you're good.
Yeah, no, I read the first couple, and I keep meaning to like follow up on that. I got really into for a while. I was like powering through Solo Leveling.
I don't know that one.
Ooh, it used to be on Webtoons, I guess. Now I can't seem to find it anywhere that isn't like a bootleg website. But it's like a very cool Korean comic that like really well rendered because I think it's got like a team of like 8 people making it.
That would be. Can you imagine a team of 8 people? Ooh, actually, you reminded me of
All
something.
agreeing to work on one project together. What?
That's impossible. You reminded me of. Did you see the thing on Netflix for Sweet Home?
I did.
That was a
Sweet
web.
Home.
That was a
web
Webtoons comic.
thing.
That was yeah.
Wait, Sweet Home?
Korea's
Sweet
taking
Home.
over.
Yeah. No, go Korea.
Well, I mean, because there was the big Webtoons Crunchyroll collaboration.
Gangnam
with,
Style.
What? Well, because what was the first Tower of God was the first Crunchyroll.
Yes.
Webtoons collab, and honestly, dude, like Tower of God, pretty enjoyable. I like the anime adaptation a lot.
Nice.
I'm excited for season 2. But yeah, it seems like that's really opened up the door for like a ton of like Korean comics and like webtoons and stuff to start getting adapted.
Yeah. No,
Or
it's
maybe
really
it was already
cool.
happening at the same time.
There's a.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that there's a South Korea North Korea joke that I'm gonna ignore, and we'll just move on.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
Fair.
Lives on the internet forever.
Oh, were you gonna say, Rachel? Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I completely lost my train of thought, so no harm, no foul.
Oh.
Dude, this drop turtle looks like it's about to like it's doing like a power elbow down. It's ready to like just crack some skulls.
It's doing a Randy Savage elbow. It's doing that
Oh
one.
yeah, there we go. The red eyes. Give him like that crazy like Dark Souls streaking like motion kind of thing.
Oh my God, the Asura's
Yeah,
Wrath.
there it is.
Hold on, I got this.
The Asura's Wrath. Yeah.
I love that.
That is
Oh, that's savage.
that is
I love
bona fide father killing rage.
I mean, that's just a cannonball coming on you with the
I don't know
shell.
if you guys can tell, but I've been working on my character art since the last time we met.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, that's great.
If you can see it in
I
the
love that
editor.
brush texture too.
That's a fun drawing. I love it.
This is good.
Nice.
Now, last thing, I'm gonna get a little fancy here, and I'm gonna do a little bit of shading.
Oh.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Humble brag. I'm just gonna do a little bit of shading here.
Just a
Just
little quick
don't mind me.
shade.
Just a
Don't
little
mind
bit.
me.
Yeah. It's like a.
What's going on here? Oh, we're gonna do
Not
some,
that.
some adjustment layers.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've been messing with those a little bit, so seeing how they kind of look, seeing how I feel with it.
Oh my
And then
god.
with that smudge brush. Keep that on there. What are you doing, bud? Anyway. Yeah.
Have you ever talked? Have you done that before? I've talked to my drawings before.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've said, "What are you doing?" to a drawing before,
What
So
are you
many
doing?
times.
as though it has some sort of autonomy.
They sort of do.
You know, sometimes the drawing has to decide how it's gonna turn out. You know, and maybe you
Absolutely.
don't even have all the say in it.
If I draw a lopsided potato head, it's the drawing's fault.
It's the drawing's fault for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I believe it.
Do that.
Yeah, I've been like just getting deeper and deeper into Procreate as months go on, and I have such a love for like clipping masks and like masking layers, and then like you can do all like the adjustment layers on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I recently like had to do a commission in color pencil because they wanted like an actual an actual original piece as opposed to a printout, and I was like, okay.
Damn you.
But it just reminded me how much like I have fallen in love with digital art as opposed to traditional media, because
Mhm.
just like the ability to like just layer in all these different like effects and finishes
Yeah.
and textures and
Digital art really lets you play God in ways that physical art can
Yeah.
never do. I can remove
well, just
Denzel Washington's head and put my head on his body. Now I'm him.
you are Denzel Washington.
I am now Denzel Washing
Recorded
Machine.
in history.
I was in John Q.
That's
You know,
that
I still
godlike
haven't-
feeling.
I don't know why that reminded me, but I still haven't seen any of the John Wick movies.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah,
that.
I've heard they're
Do
really
it.
good. I think that's got to be like my next movie marathon.
What?
I also have never. What?
I was gonna ask Rachel, what did you think of John Wick 3 and when they tried to world build and it kind of didn't work?
Did not work. You know what? There was an attempt. Someone tried something. That's all we got.
They
Are you
did.
talking about John Wick 3 or this drawing?
Oh no, John Wick 3. This doesn't really spoil anything.
I think this drawing is amazing.
Love
This-
it. Excellent.
This doesn't spoil anything, but John Wick 3, they tried to make a John Wick universe and it just was not gonna happen.
The John Wickiverse.
They tried to John Wickiverse it and it was just like, no guys, stop. This is dumb.
I feel like I saw something a little while back that was talking about like John Wick and like Neo from the Matrix like somehow meeting up, or maybe that was just some weird like fan article.
Well, everyone knows that Michael Clark Duncan in Daredevil, when he goes to jail, it transitions into the Green Mile. So, you know.
Wait, what?
Michael Clark Duncan, who was Kingpin in Daredevil,
Okay.
when he gets sent to jail at the end of Daredevil,
Mhm.
the Green Mile happens because he plays a prisoner.
Ow, dark.
See, I've never seen Green Mile, but so he plays a prisoner in the Green Mile.
Yeah. And he do you ever do that with movies where it's like you just jump in and you
Right,
connect
like,
them together?
imagine well, I saw a really great one that was like the helicopter crashing scene out the window of Frozone's window in The Incredibles,
Yeah.
and then like it cuts from that, and you see it's like Jackson down on the street, in watching in Avengers in like Infinity War. Oh, my headphones cut out there for a sec.
I thought I was gonna go into Batman versus Superman, where that's that part when Batman watches like the building crash. He goes, "No!"
No, I'll see if I'll link it to you later. It was pretty good. It was yeah, it was like you see like Frozone look out the window and the helicopter's like spinning and on fire, and then like you see the street view of oh my god, what's Sam Jackson's character? Nick
Fury.
Yeah, Nick Fury's like looking down the street, and like you see a helicopter like explode into a building, and it's great because it's like he's both of them.
All right, guys, I think I'm done.
I like it. The
Beautiful.
background's great.
I love it. Man, he's really cannonballing there. He's got some momentum.
Yeah, he can't really go straight down. He kind of does it sideways, but he definitely flings himself. I put a little blood on the claws.
I'm still,
Let you know he's killed before.
I still have this drop bear picture, and I don't like it. He just, you know what he looks like?
On your phone.
I have it on my computer, and you know what he looks like? I know exactly what he looks like. He looks like Blanca.
Vampire.
Hang on, I'm gonna go.
Like from Street Fighter?
Yes, he looks like Blanca from Street Fighter. I'll go find a photo.
Here, let me stop streaming.
All right,
Wait, is he gone? Can he hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, excellent. So there's something that you should know before you get too into this, because I am a fan of setting the record straight. Drop bears are a myth.
No.
They're not real.
I believe them.
No, they're absolutely real.
They're
Don't
totally
believe
real. I seen
They're,
it.
they're completely real. I've had Australian citizens vouch for me.
And I trust them because all of their laws are upside down.
Yeah.
Because Southern.
Which means every day is opposite day, which means they must be always telling the truth.
Clearly, this is the lesson we need to take from this.
Jamal, you want to go next or should I?
Yeah. You can go next.
All right. All right. So then I guess the two of you guys come up with an animal.
Okay.
Yeah. A real animal.
I'm gonna pick Australian drop bear.
That's not a well.
Don't. You've already fed me enough lies.
I gotta stream my movie recording.
Do you have an animal in mind, Rachel, or you need more time?
I'm looking it up right now. There's a specific thing that I had in mind. So, Constantine, you are gonna have to look this up.
Oh boy.
I'm just trying to find the name for it.
Okay.
Here it is.
Dog. Occipital protuberous.
It's like a part of the brain.
That's like above your solar plexus, I think.
The occipital.
Protuberous. Yeah. Okay, do you have the animal?
No, I'm so close. There's just hold on. I'm gonna try one more thing.
Okay.
I'm looking for the large. There it is. Got it.
The
All
big
right.
boy.
Boy.
Oh yes.
All right, you guys both have your animals. Let's hear it.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Brahma chicken.
Snake. Not the creature, the character.
Did you say? Oh yeah, I assumed solid snake.
No, it's a cobra snake. I'll say a cobra.
Snake.
A snack.
Wait, did you say a brahma chicken?
BRAHMA chicken.
Is that a powerful chicken? A Brahma chicken?
So not
Look it
not
up.
Brahma Pastorini. That was the first suggestion on Google. Brahma.
Brahma.
Oh, like the super fluffy chickens.
Yeah, the ones with the power legs.
Oh my god.
The one,
Yeah.
Thunder thighs.
the ones with the
Okay,
big,
I can work with that.
the
Give me
big.
a fancy raptor.
Oh, that.
One's the
You're
big-
making this sound kind of cool.
I know, but you paired it with a snake, so let's see.
It's gonna look like a Monster Hunter character.
That's gonna be great.
Interesting. Yeah, how tall are these things?
Lurge.
They look big. I haven't found any images of them to scale, but they seem large.
Most Monster Hunter characters are just Komodo dragons with shit slapped on them. And I love Monster Hunter.
See? I don't know. There's the older games, especially, had a really good variety of monsters.
Yeah.
World,
they're just like
World's.
World. I mean, when you get to Kieran, it's cool, but World is mostly like the lizard. Put rocks on it. Barreth.
Well, like all the base monsters in Monster Hunter are often like the early ones are just like raptors.
Dinosaur of some kind.
Alright, we're gonna do a little kind of like figure out the pose here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you guys even see what I'm doing?
Yeah, let me see if I can. Yeah,
Dark
let me
enough?
I can see it.
real quick.
But
Let me see if
yeah, I
can
can
also,
see it.
Like, throw this on my screen without everything blowing up. That should be fine. I believe in that. Here, let's full screen that. Yeah, there we go. Now my stream can watch you. All right, but yeah. So have you guys managed to get the PS5 at all, or is that like on your radar?
No, I want one, but like I don't have a pressing need for it, to be honest.
I own a PC, so I'm a risen demigod now. I don't need consoles anymore.
He's elevated above it.
That's fair.
You've ascended beyond such mortal needs and desires.
I mean, there's a reason why it's called the PC Master Race, because once you get to it, you're exalted.
There's no going back.
There's no going back. Are you getting it?
Exalted by whom exactly?
A bunch of nerds. Just the biggest nerds, like guys who get shoved in Starbuckses, have told me that. Are you gonna get it?
Exalted you once you got your PC.
Well, yeah, they're like, beholden, my God, listen. And I'm just like, they put the crown on me, and I'm like, I don't want this crown.
Don't want this responsibility.
Like how you went for the Jesus reference there. There's like a whole bunch of mythologies you went with, and you went straight.
Just went straight to Jesus. And then they plunged a master sword in the side of me, and I'm like, I hate all of this because I love this game.
God, now we're really mixing up some mythologies here.
Want this retelling
Are you
now?
sick?
I want it.
Link is Jesus crucified by the master sword.
Ganondorf is technically Jesus because he resurrected as a Gerudo,
That's true.
and he was exiled.
Well, he was. I mean, if other game mythology
To the desert!
believed,
She gets it.
He was technically like some kind of dark evil entity that then like kind of, was reborn in the form of Ganondorf. Like technically all of the evils were some form of demise, right?
Yes. So he is your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
He is both. He's both the evil entity and the evil entity's son and the evil spirit.
So he is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, he's dark Jesus.
He's taken all of the world's sin onto himself. Clearly, this is perfect.
That's the Triforce of power.
What I want is the AU where like Ganondorf just got to like be, live his life and wasn't like a conduit of demise. Because like I kind of feel like maybe he could have been a kind of cool guy.
He would.
Maybe he baked.
He would bake and have like a. He would have like he would be in Gerudo Valley with like a Hawaiian shirt, just like sup bros.
Yeah.
Ganondorf.
Yeah, like the one dude in all the Gerudo Valley, like made in the shade.
Yeah. He would just
There's
be.
no way he wouldn't be good at brunch.
He would be he'd be a brunch master. And then everyone would say,
Alright.
"Do you want the Triforce?" He's like, "Nah, bruh."
It's like, I got it all. Like, what do I need from the Triforce? I already got my wish come true.
Swimming in women, and they've already elected me their king. It's fine.
because I biologically don't happen every 1,000 years.
I mean, honestly, like, I think a funnier take on that would be that he'd be very excited to see Link, especially because he's, like, super not into ladies, but he's into femboys.
Right, yeah, he's like...
Oh, God.
Like, Link shows up
Yep.
and it's like, I've been waiting for this moment.
I mean, do you see how tight Breath of the Wild Link looks?
God,
Dude, Breath of the Wild Link, like, ooh, gave me the
gives me
blushes.
feels.
Like,
Yeah,
he's a pretty boy.
it's pretty.
Ganon, like that, like if weird Western cartooning A Link to the Past Link showed up in Gerudo Valley, he'd be like, oh no. But if Breath of the Wild Link showed up, he would just immediately slide into those DMs or carrier pigeons because they didn't have phones back then. He would slide into those carrier pigeons pretty hard. And Link,
He'd
and
slide into your Sheikah slate.
that's a really deep cut. That is an incredibly deep cut.
Look, man, me and Rachel used to run a goddamn Legend of Zelda panel, man. Like deep Legend of Zelda cuts are what we do.
This is directly in our wheelhouse.
This is like everyone talks about the big references, like, oh, Zelda with a British accent. It's like, you're talking about the man under the bridge in A Link to the Past who gives you an empty bottle because that's his last possession. Like, that's how deep of a cut we're talking about. I like that. Breath of the Wild. I actually didn't like Breath of the Wild that much.
You know, I gotta say it's not, in terms of like its mythology and everything, it's not like my favorite Zelda game, but I really had a lot of fun playing it, and it was like a really refreshing kind of change, you know, and you know, so I really like it for what it was, and I think it's a totally cool Zelda game in just that it is so different.
Yeah.
But I think like I still default back to, like, you know, Ocarina of Time and like Majora's Mask is kind of like my go-to like Zelda in my brain, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't you like it?
It sounds weird, but the open world aspect was a huge turnoff for me. I'm used to, because every Zelda game has had that touch of linearity where you can go off the beaten path and do other things, but there's a set story, set amount of dungeons.
Yeah.
I've never been crazy about like any game, even Skyrim. I've never been crazy about I'm gonna plop you in a world, and then you're just gonna figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Pitter patter.
But it was fun. Pitter patter, meander along, and then you'll find Zelda, and she's all like, "Oh, my tea and crumpets! Oh no, I have to save the queen."
I did hate the voice acting.
Davy Boy Smith.
I will say the British voice on Zelda threw me a little bit because no one else had one, but you know.
Yeah.
It's just a continual weird love affair that like the United States seems to have with the British accent, of like just the assumption that like everything that's even remotely royal or
ancient
proper has a British accent, because that's, you know, that's how it worked for our culture. 300
people, Spartans with British accents, and 300 is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I still grind my teeth when they're like, "Oh, where everyone sounds like Kano from Mortal Kombat," and it's like, no, like this would not happen.
I would love to see the redubbing of 300, but like with like full on like Greek accents.
I don't want to do one because I know it's gonna be offensive.
You know, I can't even, to be honest, I don't think I can think of like a Greek accent off the top of my head. Like,
Definitely.
but
can.
yeah, which is why I'm not gonna even attempt one.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, dude. You know, sometimes if you see that shot that you can take where you could, you know, maybe be funny or maybe it'd be racist, maybe you kind of just avoid that
Maybe don't.
shitstorm altogether.
Yeah.
Maybe don't.
Yeah.
No, I
think this thing's looking horrifying.
I think I like
Go
it.
for it.
I was gonna say that I like that. I'll give Nintendo the benefit of the doubt that they actually bothered to voice act anything, because they usually just have people speak in like
true.
grunts.
I like that. I like that I get to find out the personality of this character through their like huns and ha's and
Yeah.
because,
I mean, look, man. One
they're very
of my
expressive.
favorite games was like Banjo Kazooie, where they just all talk like. The grunty voice.
So
Yeah.
funny.
It's one of my favorite bad guys. Do you know what was my favorite? You remember Jam Jar from Tooie?
It's so good.
It's terrible.
I did a like a replay of Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie in senior year of college, and I never quite finished Tooie, but I got decently far in it. But God, I love those games with such a passion. They're just fun.
Mm-hmm.
They are, but their platforming drives me crazy sometimes,
Yeah.
just because it's
Oh,
so
I mean, it's-
inaccurate.
Oh well, the thing is too,
Yeah.
Rachel, is that they have like stupid slippery rareware physics.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause Donkey Kong Country
it
has
a
that,
very
too.
Distinct feel for sure.
Like if you play Super
But, you know,
Mario,
it's part of the appeal in my mind of
Yeah.
just like how like it's just so dated and it just has that very like you're playing a rare game just by the feel of it.
yeah, like if you play Super Mario World and you jump and when you jump on a ledge and you stop, you just stop. But if you play Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong decides
Oh.
I don't want to be on this ledge anymore and kills himself usually. So
Nice. Same layer
Totally
problem.
forgot to check my layers.
Oh, but so
Always
like when it comes to platforming, like I'm so in love with Hollow Knight that
Hollow Knight's good.
I'm just not willing to accept anything less. Have you guys played it?
I play a little bit of it.
I still haven't played it. It's on my list. I keep, having other games to play with the little bit of gaming time that I have these days.
Any game that's based on Symphony of the Night and Super Metroid, instant 10.
It's also like so cute and dark and
Yeah.
cute and dark and sad and cute.
Uh-huh. Well, it's like
and-
it's cute Dark Souls.
Yes.
Cute
it's Dark
Souls.
It is, and at the same time, objectively horrifying at like dark Miyazaki-esque storytelling.
Yeah.
Totally.
So much so that I'm like, all right, this is my new art phase. This is what I'm going to try to achieve. Like, I'm
Do,
gonna
like,
try
Hollow
and
Knight
get
style
glowy
stuff.
cute.
It's like when you watch My Neighbor Totoro and everyone's happy and it's like the mother's dead and it's like that's like telling someone that Santa Claus doesn't exist.
Yeah, which
Yeah, I guess so.
you have just reminded me of something. Do you want to hear like the most precious like thing from like all of this crappy COVID stuff?
Please.
Yeah, sure.
There was
Let's hear those silver linings.
well, there was a small child who like called in when Fauci was like telling people about the bug, and they were like, is Santa Claus gonna get sick from COVID?
Oh.
And Fauci was like, no, I went to the North Pole myself and vaccinated him.
He's too. My God, like I'm picturing how like the kid asked me this question, and I'm just like.
Oh my God, Jamal. See, I think Fauci's very sweet, and it's like a very much like a very idealist kind of thing to say, but I just don't know how he's gonna break the news when, like it turns out Santa actually did catch COVID.
And died.
That was long before vaccines were available, let's be honest.
It came from the North Pole.
High risk group.
High risk.
Well,
The Santa's
Well,
workshop.
he's going into
High
every-
risk.
he's going into every house in the world. Like, we can't deny that, like, he definitely
He's
got
a fucking
exposed.
super spreader.
No, that's why he got the vaccine, because kids were worried about Santa coming to their house.
It's a fucking
Oh,
super
God.
spreader. I hate Santa Claus now.
You take this adorableness and you eat
Kids cannot have toys for a year. We have this goddamn super spreader over here, just like ho ho ho, Merry Christmas! I'll take your cookies. And he like, I baked these, Santa.
I gotta say, it is like having a little sister who is the age of 5. Like makes Christmas time like so much cuter, like back like when I was a kid again, because like we have now me and my sister and my mom are doing like the whole like setting up of the whole like Christmas Eve kind of shenanigans of like you set out the cookies and the milk and the carrots for the reindeers, and then you have to like take bites out of them and like answer the note from Santa. It's like it's real cute.
That's fun.
It kind of makes Christmas like, huh?
Oh, you're changing up your handwriting for the note, right? Because that's how me and my sister sleuthed it out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh really? No.
Yeah.
Well, so my sister did it, and I think she did it like with her other hand or something.
It's Santa Claus. It's like instead of saying like thank you for the cookies, it says thank you burger because she's writing with her bad hand.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
She's pretty good at like switching up her handwriting though, my sister.
Oh, she's ambidextrous. She's ambidextrous laboratory.
Yeah, ambidextrous. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I've been working on that.
I'll do a quick little colorino. Let's see. It's mostly white, so we'll just do like some of this. Oh yes, but I gotta add some like snaky colors in, so maybe it's not mostly white. Do like put that rooster kind of thing in there.
That's actually turning out great.
It's kind of horrifying, and I kind of love it.
It is Monster Hunter-y.
Yeah, it is just kind of turning into like a weird.
It's also reminding me of. Have you guys played Spelunky?
I've seen screen caps.
One of the end bosses looks like this, except the other, it has 2 heads. One of them is the head of the chicken, and the other is the head of the snake.
Oh.
And its body's an egg.
Seen that. Oh, that's horrible, horrifying, horrible.
It is.
Yeah, it's like Yoshi's Island, except your worst nightmare.
It also shoots fire at you, so.
Oh, nice. I mean, of course, why wouldn't it?
Every final boss needs to throw some sort of fire object at you.
This has just sort of turned into Longbird, hasn't it? Like
that is the longest boy that has ever longed.
It's a long bird.
It's a long boy.
Long Boyd.
Boyd. Now,
What?
I'm enjoying our takes on our animals so far.
Oh yeah.
I have about 15 minutes, so.
Yeah. God, Constantine, why are you taking up so
taking
much
up
space?
the time. I'm taking up the space. I'm taking up the time.
Rude.
Sorry.
Rude. They gotta follow that with a bunch of like wow reallys with like the sad emote. You have to quote retweet that. That's how you get controversy going.
Oh man, I'm so out of touch with like Twitter politics, because like I don't Twitter. I don't tweet.
Yeah.
I have a Twitter, but like I just never really got engaged with it. Because I just like I'll do Instagram and stuff, but
I'll tell you how you interact, how you handle with. Here's how you handle Twitter politics, right? Yeah. You take a screwdriver. It can be Phillips head, flathead, doesn't matter. You take your phone, and you jam the screwdriver right through your phone. There you go.
oh, okay. That seems effective.
It's pretty accurate.
All right, I'm gonna give him
Politics
some
feels like it's
sneaky-
all about posturing. Like it's everyone trying to be the funniest, but since a lot of people suck at comedy, it just comes off as straight mean.
And that's the thing too, is that like political comedians are the most boring, unfunny people, because it's like huh?
Have you watched John Oliver?
Oh Oh yeah, no, I hard disagree, man. I feel like political comedy is the only like. I feel like this year has been like the only way I've felt like I can really sincerely engage with politics.
Oh, touche.
You know, it makes it like palatable, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I can watch my comedy show, kind of get the briefing, and then I can dive in a little deeper and like get the real story.
I can see where you guys are coming from.
No, like John Oliver's stuff is so in depth that one of his shows is actually being used to like teach cases to law students.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Like one of my friends was a law student. He's like, yeah, we used John Oliver, and I was like, and then I
That's
was like,
wild. That's super cool.
Yeah,
like,
that's nice.
if I would love to do that. Like, I would love to work on like graphics and do art for a comedy show that's teaching people,
Oh,
because you're also making them
totally.
laugh and getting to make cutting commentary at people who are pissing you
Right.
off.
Yeah.
Like, it's excellent.
Yeah, and it's like it's a great. I feel like it's a really good. You know, it's just a great like way to get people to actually engage with politics because it's like approachable, right?
It's definitely more approachable that way, yeah.
Yeah, John Oliver, I think, is like honestly one of the funnier shows on. Although I watch a lot of like Seth
Meyer.
Seth Meyers. Yep, yep, that's the one whose name I don't forget.
I really like Seth Meyer.
Who's here for team Jimmy Fallon?
Oh.
I don't really watch like any of the other like late night talk shows really. I watch
Yeah.
like John Oliver, Seth Meyers, a little bit of Daily Show here and there still.
Daily Show's still good. A little bit of Colbert. I like Colbert is
I kind of
He's fun.
fallen out of touch with Colbert.
yeah, it's different, but like he's so smart that sometimes I just like watching him come in with like a sidewinder.
Do you know what I do? Is I've been doing like what was it? What's his name? I've been doing like David Letterman on his Netflix show with his big big
yeah.
like ZZ Top beard. Have you ever seen the one where he's interviewing Jay-Z and he just looks like a Jamaican uncle from like a barbecue?
No.
It's pretty bad.
David Letterman does or
Both of them. They both do. They look like the same uncle.
Oh, no.
But that's what I've been doing, my foray into late shows. Trevor Noah's stand-up's actually really good.
His stand-up I love.
Yeah,
his stand-up.
He's a really good stand-up comedian. You know what it is too?
I don't watch the Daily Show actively these days. But
Yeah.
like, I still enjoy the clips and I check in on him once in a while.
Hey, what's he up to? What's going on here?
What, Trevor Noah?
No, I was riffing off of Constantine.
Oh, sorry, my
Oh
bad.
yeah, just doing a little shading, just adding a little. I think that's it. I think we're good. I don't think we need to go too much farther into any detail here.
I like him.
He's a terrifying snake rooster, and he's like that big shaggy rooster thing.
I like it. Oh, that means we have to.
Oh, you know
Oh, go.
what?
I was gonna say, you and me now need to research what animals we want next.
This is actually gonna be fun for me because I have like 10 minutes.
Oh God, yeah, we should do that quickly.
Whoops.
No, I'm actually really excited for this because this is like you work better under pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm just giving him quick little snake fangs.
You're giving him fangs?
Yeah, he's a snake creature, right? He's got a fangs. There we go.
That's terrifying. Like beaks
Yeah.
with teeth. That's scary.
Yeah. No, it's a redundancy. It's terrible. It's awful.
It's double gnawing power.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Gotta do
I'm ready
it
for you.
all.
By the way, Constantine, whenever you get your nonsense together,
there we go. Boom.
let's do it.
All right. Let me stop the streaming of my thing.
It's a very good
All right.
chicken snake.
Chicken snake. What a silly creature.
Chicken.
All right. So it's gonna be. Let's see. What animal am I thinking of? I'm thinking of a. Okay, I got it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Sunfish.
Beaver.
Sunfish, beaver. Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be horrifying.
This is my zone. I'm in the zone now.
Oh, Constantine, Grace says hi.
Grace does?
Yeah.
Oh, is she in the?
She's
Is
in
she in
she's in
the,
my
she's
she's
in
in
the
my
chat?
chat. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's funny. I was trying to rally her to play tonight, but I think she got occupied earlier. But we'll get her on the next one.
Yeah.
We'll get him next time. Scooby Doo. Wait, what was the other? It was sunfish. What was the other one?
Beaver.
Beaver. Okay. So it's just
10 minutes.
it's just a giant torso.
The giant black torso.
It's a huge torso. These are.
Got the dopey look on the face.
I can draw.
Are you streaming your screen there?
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna share this. Share my screen. You're gonna have to. Do you see it?
Let's see.
That's,
think I see it.
Like watch stream.
Also, Grace, if you can hear me, I'm offended you're in Rachel's chat and not mine.
This is Grace Rosen, if you remember her.
Oh, different Grace. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not offended at all.
Oh wow!
Grace.
Oh wow! Great introduction.
Nice.
Nailed it.
I thought you were talking
First
about Grace
try.
Demaray, who I was talking about trying to get into our game tonight. I
Did
was like, what's Grace doing over in your chat?
we're like into like minute 1. It's just immediate accusations.
Listen, I'm the coolest one here. We already know this, so it's fine.
Oh, look at that chubby beaver face.
Chubby beaver.
This is.
Yeah, no.
Oh, what do you say?
Go. No, go for it.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I was gonna say, have you heard of the sunfish?
No.
Okay, so the sunfish, there's a really good rant on Twitter about how the sunfish is the most useless
Yeah.
Yep. That I would highly recommend you look up after this if you need comedy in your life. But yeah, it's
Okay.
basically a large floating mass of like cartilage and bone that
Yep.
becomes so big that it falls over and dies because it needs to like sort of stay straight up but doesn't have enough skin strength to keep itself alive. This is perfect.
This is amazing. I love this.
I got so much of this fish fat I could barely stand up straight. I can't carry myself
Wow,
like
this
this.
is way better than I imagined
Yeah,
already.
no.
The character you captured is really something here.
I'm working under pressure, but there's it's torso. It's mostly torso, and
It's just big
this face.
cartilagey torso.
This face is too big. I need to expose more torso.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there we
There
go.
you go.
That's
Correct.
that's a
Yeah,
champion
yeah.
right there.
That's
And-
brain
and he's-
size.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
I love it already.
I want one now.
I'm gonna name him
Just
Jeff.
imagine it falls over like just on its side a
It
lot,
does.
and then kind of like flaps,
Oh yeah.
like
So
scurries like its little legs.
like it's just like stop, please pick me up. Oh.
Well, yeah, so like when it falls over, animals sometimes snack on it, but it's
Yeah.
not that delicious.
Oh.
also you
Yeah,
can
so
take
they'll
a
like
large-
take a bite and then leave.
Yeah, but the
Wow.
sunfish is alive, so it's just missing a chunk, like floating on the waves, being useless.
Nobody knows what it's like. To be the sad
there were
man.
there were some good defenses of the sunfish following that rant.
What? But
Yeah,
it
like,
literally
it's-
sucks. It sucks.
Well, that's it. Well, according to the rant, the sunfish is truly terrible and does suck a lot. But yeah, there are like a lot of nature, people that were like defending the sunfish, which I can't really remember any of the arguments. But apparently, like it just does that to sunbathe or something. Like it's not actually like dead or anything. It just like sometimes just goes up and is like, hey, I need some sun.
Oh,
Or
so
at least I guess that's why it got the name. But
I don't
Yeah,
I don't take that though,
it seemed like Big
Constantine.
honkin'- They seem like big dumb fish.
They're big dumb fish that die because they lay on their side, and then a bunch of biology nerds come and defend it.
Look, man, Facebook's full of a lot of. Have you been on ecological memes for, or no, green memes for ecological fiends or something?
You know what? That actually sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a real weird Facebook group, but oh man, he's got that little armpit fur there.
Yeah. I imagine the torso's hairy, but the head is a big old fish head.
Oh, it's just like bald.
Yeah. It's
Transitions to
receding
skin to
hairline.
furless.
yep.
Oh my god. Can you give it like a really extreme widow's peak?
Oh yeah, I gotta give him the Vegeta.
Yeah, there it is.
Got
I'm hearing that there's a little bit more to know about the sunfish. Grace is telling me that in October there were a bunch of news stories out of was it Wareham or Waltham? I think it's Waltham, Massachusetts, where people
I
kept
think
calling
it's
in
called Worcester.
Worcestershire.
It's
Oh,
pronounced
Wareham. Okay, it is
Worcester.
Wareham.
I thought you were just gonna say that there's a city called Warhammer because I wanted to move there.
Warhammer.
No, but in Wareham, people kept calling about this sunfish that was just there floating,
I
and
think I might have
apparently,
seen this article.
yeah, they thought it was like some sort of shark or seal that was injured, and the police department had to put out a call asking people to stop telling them about the sunfish.
How sad is it to be the sunfish where everyone thinks you're a shark, but you're really the biggest loser underwater?
That's like pulling up your fishing rod in Pokemon and thinking you've got yourself a Gyarados and it's a Magikarp.
That's like
Magikarp, but
That-
it's a big, it's a dead Magikarp.
that's like putting on your resume, like it's like working at McDonald's and then putting on your resume executive food assistant. That's what it's equivalent to.
I mean, that's yeah. When I worked for a renovation company, I think I put something on my resume like carpenter's assistant or something.
Oh, I've done that so many times.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times. You fudge your title because they're not gonna when they call the reference, they're not gonna ask for the title. They're just gonna say, was this person a good person?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, like one of my first jobs, I just straight up lied about my prowess.
Really?
Yeah.
They were like, "Have you?" They're like, "Have you worked in Adobe Illustrator?" And I'm like, "No one works in Adobe Illustrator." Sure.
I like that.
Yeah, I had to do so in my couple years working for Brain Pop, I had to do like a decent amount of work in Illustrator, but I ended up having to move over to Sketch, which was just like a totally different app, just because of like what a couple other people were working in. And it was just like, okay, so I guess don't need Illustrator after all.
No, you really don't. It's what I'm like skilled and trained in now, which is super annoying. Because now people are like, "So have you worked in Sketch?" And I'm like, "So there are so
yeah.
many art programs out there, and
Yeah.
while I'm not tailored to yours, I'm fluent in this other that's adjacent, so I can easily."
Yeah, I mean, I
be
learned
brought on.
Sketch in like. Yeah, exactly. Like when I had to move over to Sketch, it took a day or two to like adjust to the control scheme differences and some of the commands, but like I basically picked it up in like a day and a half.
Yeah.
It was annoying. It's annoying having to swap apps, but you get over it.
Yeah. And after a while, it's like some apps they're just easier to adjust to. Like my I don't have any Adobe things on my computer, but I have like Krita and Metabang, and it's like for drawing, it's not really much of a difference.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, like I think like I tried Krita and stuff when I didn't have a MacBook for a while and I like didn't have access to any of the Adobe suite, and it seemed like it was all right if I had like a proper tablet setup.
Yeah.
But like now that I have like an iPad, like I can't go back. Like I can't go back to using like any kind of desktop drawing setup. I don't know. It's just like the convenience of like being able to do touchscreen stuff and the stylus stuff at the same time is just like I've gotten too used to it.
It's a good fix, man.
It's like it's that real like I don't know. It like really hits that spot, right?
It hits that sweet spot where the
Yeah.
when the sun hits that ridge just right.
Mm-hmm. When you're a cat, just basking in the sunlight of a window.
Yep.
I just watched Soul last night. I liked it. I thought it was cute.
It's a nice one. It. You know what?
It was nice. It wasn't amazing. Like it didn't like blow. It was not like revolutionary. I didn't think, but it was really cute, and I thought it was like wholesome.
That's good to know. It's on my list.
I've seen it. Wait, hang on. I'll be right back.
Nope.
So this is fucking green drawing.
I know, this is absolutely amazing. I want one of these just padding around my apartment. Although, man, it just looks like it would make I feel like it would just always be kind of damp.
It would definitely make a mess.
Yeah, its fur would always be a little wet. Like, it would never fully dry off.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's gross.
It's kind of. I'm gonna be honest here. It's looking kind of cretinous.
But it's also just like, oh, I want to squeeze it.
Guys, you know what makes me sad about sunfish is the fact that even its meat isn't delicious. So it's not even like.
Yeah, no, it's like mostly cartilage.
Even it even fails at just being a floating piece of food. Which.
Yeah, have you seen what their skeleton when they're dead looks like? It's like almost entirely you just remove the skin and it's still the same shape. Like it's one solid piece almost.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Sorry, what were you were gonna say something about Soul though?
My mom really enjoyed it. I thought there's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
It's very. It's a lot. I think it's a lot smarter than Cars 3. But
I still never actually seen any of those Cars movies.
You know what? Cars is okay. Cars 2 is a movie about a side character, which those are the best kinds of films.
So good.
Yeah.
Everybody loved
Right,
Planet Sheen.
Everybody really wants one of those.
Everybody loved Planet Sheen instead of Jimmy Neutron. Everyone wants a show about Sheen Estevez.
Fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah,
I didn't.
I forgot that was a thing.
Nope. Or what was that show? They had a spin-off show for Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh God. Yes, they did.
Really?
The Aqua Teen Sure Whatever or something. It was a show about Carl, and it's like
he's like the neighbor, right?
Yeah. And the thing that makes Carl entertaining is the fact that the show isn't about him, but when it's about him, it fails spectacularly.
It's just weird. I feel like that happens all the time, though, where people do like spin-offs about like some side character.
Yeah.
Tertiary. Was Cars 3 back about like the main cast again?
It's about secret agents.
Oh, of course.
How else am I gonna sell these Cars toys, man? The kids need them.
You gotta merchandise that shit.
And merchandise it.
I will say though, as far as sequels go, Toy Story 4, I liked it.
Have you seen it, Rachel?
Wait, say it again.
Toy Story 4.
No, I haven't seen Toy Story 4. I saw Toy Story 3, which premiered, or I saw it just before I went to college because it came out that summer on my way, and so I was like, cool. I got to like grow up at the same time as Andy. It's perfect. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out. Like.
Shit,
Oh,
I forgot
wow.
Toy Story 3 was that old.
Yeah. Ouch.
Huh.
I
No, I meant like before. Like I thought it came out when
old.
Like, you would have still been in high school.
I would have still been in high school. I forgot it was like that. Man.
Oh
I
God.
totally thought it was more recent than that.
No,
You would've-
it's new. Or it's old. It's old. Excuse me. Opposite.
Oh man, high school.
Right. Just like Rachel.
It's like 2011. Oh.
Came back around. It came back
Yeah.
around.
You gotta
To insulting again.
It's good. Gotta keep those comedy chops flowing. Oh
You
boy.
gotta loop it back into itself.
Still loose.
Yeah.
Still keeping it loose.
Wow, this thing's getting like the more realistically you're rendering this thing, the more it's grossing me out, and I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta make it uglier.
We determined.
It's like I wasn't expecting such long fur.
Yeah. We determined over in my chat that this animal is constantly moist, but not moist because it's been dipped in water, but because it's sweating. So it's that like warm,
Yeah.
unpleasant moist.
Oh God, I've
It's
sat.
like, it's like some kind of mucus membrane, right?
Oh
Like,
God, that's one of my biggest fears. It sounds stupid. I'm terrified of like wet to the touch things that aren't water. If that makes sense, like slime skin, like I can't.
horrifying.
I don't want to touch a frog because the idea of just like a slime membrane skin makes me highly uncomfortable.
I've picked up frogs. I was catching frogs with my little sister when we were like visiting our friends upstate earlier in the year, and it's a little weird. Like they're slippery, but it's not like the grossest thing. But apparently, like some animals, you're like not supposed to touch at all because they
Poison.
like it. You're yeah. Well, that, but also like if you like pick up a newt or something, or like a salamander, like the oils in your skin will like clog their pores or something.
Oh, so you
Or,
kill
like,
them.
or like damages them. Yeah, like it's harmful to touch them.
Top of the food chain. Man, woman, child,
Yeah,
and
di-
person.
I don't think
We have
children are
death
top of the
touch.
food chain. I think children are definitely not the top of the food chain.
They're like,
They're somewhere in the middle.
Well,
they're in second
I mean,
place.
when they're eating frogs, they're the top of that food chain.
That's Baby Yoda exclusively.
Yeah.
Does-
Oh my god, wait, have you seen the second episode or second season of Mandalorian?
Yeah. Which I think just per internet law we still cannot really like speak openly about like certain events and spoilery stuff regarding season 2. But holy shit!
I
man,
can't
it's-
wait to get the angry message from somebody saying you spoiled Mandalorian on January 7th, 2021.
We can't talk about episode 2 at all yet?
The episode 2's
2,
okay.
I think is
Yeah.
of season 2. Yeah.
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 The one where Baby Yoda eats weird things.
Oh, that's fine.
I know. Oh my god, that was like some full-on infanticide shit going on there.
I was thinking like that's like a scene you would see in like Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I still haven't I haven't watched that. I've seen it like pop up in like Reddit memes a lot.
There's a little dragon kid and she like her whole thing is that she eats stuff.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But like, I don't know about you, but when they went into the place with all the eggs, and you're like, "Man, Baby Yoda, don't eat that," and he was like, "But I'm gonna,
It's like,
I'm gonna
but
eat
I'm
it."
gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Also, like yeah.
And then like the horrible like spider octopus tiny thing jumped
Oh
on
my
his
God.
head later. Oh, it's horrible.
Dude, those spider octopus things were truly upsetting. Like those were awful. I loved how horrifying those things were.
I love any story where it's like reluctant, like hard-nosed character. They have to learn to be a parent.
Yeah, you like
yeah.
Wolf and Cub.
Except when they
The
take
best-
it too far, like in Metroid.
Oh,
What?
what with the baby Metroid?
with
or
the
something?
baby.
I don't think which Metroid game was that?
Other M. The one we don't
Oh,
talk about.
Well, that was like the real cinematic based one.
The-
that's
the-
where, like the Zero Suit comes in.
The
right?
one where someone watched like a wrestling, like someone watched like Bret Hart, and they said we can make a game out of that. You really can't.
Oh, just with like the bad scripted story.
And Samus does like wrestling moves as like takedowns. It's not good.
Weird.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, I I heard the story. Excuse me, was pretty unbearable in that game, and I never ended up picking it up.
Oh shit! It's a let's.
I loved Metroid Prime 3 though.
The reason why it's garbage is like, okay, we have this very highly capable female character in Samus. Let's have this story center around a man for the entirety of it.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Where
Yeah,
it's just like this dude character.
Captain Adam, and he's just the worst.
And they made like Samus like really emotionally dependent on him for some reason.
Yeah, the character who's supposed to be emotionally devoid by personality. Oh god, there's a lot of things wrong with it.
Well, you gotta be inclusive. We haven't had we haven't had men in any of the other Metroid games.
Oh my god.
They haven't been included in them.
You got it. Rachel, you have to use the voice for that one because, well, you have to have men in it because men were never in Metroid games.
You're not wrong. You are.
There are
you
no
not
men
wrong.
in Metroid games. They need to have men in it.
You gotta make sure you got equal representation of men because they're just, haven't been
'cause
in that game yet.
Men don't get represented in games.
In video gaming.
Stick a
Yeah,
thumb in
in
every
gaming.
pie. Every.
It's becoming a highly controversial conversation.
Yeah. This is turning into Gamergate all over again.
Oh god, no.
Had so many feelings. Most of
Yeah,
them upset at everyone. But
Yeah.
Best to put the whole debacle just out of mind.
I will say that so the one thing for my silver lining on it is that because I didn't like Brianna Wu a lot, it actually inspired me to start up the Zelda thing because I wanted to start hearing nuance about females in video games because I was sick of just hearing like, oh, she's not the princess, she's the hero. I'm like, oh my god, can we like move on from this binary of like either she's a princess or she's a badass? There's some in between where she's
right, like there are range.
It's like not enough people have played. It's like everyone like Transistor happened as a game and nobody played it. It's like
Dude, that was a good game though.
It's like that happened and I think that happened like in the midst of Gamergate and both sides ignored it and I was like,
I guess that was around the same time.
yeah, and I was like, this is proof that everybody's just
Yeah.
But it's good that you got like that kind of motivation out of it. That's good.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like it helped me figure out that I don't actually think Midna's a good feminist character.
Midna's
because
terrible.
She's just the Dom archetype.
It's really like it, and also her character arc is very like it diverges so much from the game that it almost doesn't even need to be there.
No, yeah, and like, but like she would be a super cool character.
Haven't played.
Go.
Sorry. Oh no, I was just gonna say I haven't played Twilight Princess like since it came out. I'd be really interested to like play it again and like get a fresh set of eyes on it.
No, like it's my take on it is just like Midna is a super strong dark queen, which is great, but she's been reduced to this cheapified child like almost hypersexualized body to then literally ride the hero around. But as soon as she tries to do anything on her own, she falls over so hard.
And loses her powers, which is also bad.
Yeah. So I was just kind of like, wow, thanks guys. Because I still stand by that I think the strongest female character in the entire Zelda universe. I haven't done a review of like Breath of the Wild, but before that,
where's our Bosa at?
The Romani sisters.
Oh yeah, they stop aliens.
Yeah, they stop aliens. They fight against the Inago brothers. Their parents are dead.
That was a wild arc.
Yeah.
Yep. And the whole time they're
about
talking
that
about
whole bit.
responsibility to each other, and they don't talk about dudes like ever. It's just I have a family. I'm worried about my sister growing up. I'm not sure if she's going insane about the aliens, but I really want her to be okay. I better get this milk to this place, and she was gonna go without you.
I'm actually
Yeah.
surprised that nobody has talked about them because they specifically succeed in not doing the Bechdel test. Like I don't.
Right.
But I'll say one.
Well,
I'll say
well,
one
like
thing
I-
in defense of Midna. She is the funniest character.
Yes,
I love her dialogue.
Yeah.
That's
she's very sassy.
and
I
it's
feel
and
like
it's
I
more fun
remember
than
her
Navi.
being, like the snarkiest
Yes.
of
Yeah.
all.
No, she's like way better than Navi or Tattle.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
that is
Navi
my
or
one
Tattle are
defense.
literally just glorified UI. You know, like they're just UI stand-ins. They're not even characters.
Navi is just Navi is just
Tattle has a little bit more story, I guess.
Tattle has a whole little character arc where she's like, I don't like you, but I don't like Teal either, so I like you more.
Well, it was like it was like, well, we're forced to work together.
Yeah.
Kind of, which like at least that's like somewhat of a character arc. Navi was straight up a navigation UI. Like,
Well, they gave.
sure, this is a shiny fucking creature you've made.
I'm trying. I.
Just slick. He's slick and moist. This is
Ugh.
amazing.
These. You're just creating adjectives that I don't like.
Slick.
Moist.
Just kind of
Voluptuous.
Yeah.
This creature is yours.
Plump.
Oh, stop it.
It's yours. It's your big boy.
This is the big.
Juicy.
I made.
See.
It is juicy. I think its name is Juicy.
Its name is Jeff.
Is it Juicy Jeff?
Juicy Jeff is actually really good.
I think that's Juicy Jeff right there.
That's
Oh,
there he
God,
is.
Juicy Jeff.
Juicy Jeff.
What is Juicy Jeff from? I feel like that's a thing.
Jazzy Jeff is the old Will Smith's buddy from the 1980s
Oh, okay.
who also avoided taxes just like Will Smith.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Did
good.
not- I never heard about that.
I
Oh.
didn't hear about that either.
Oh,
Bad in my
the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The reason why the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air happened was because Will Smith wasn't paying his taxes, and he needed a vehicle to pay for his taxes. And NBC was like, "Well, why don't you have a TV show?"
Just do a show.
Yep. And he was like, "That sounds great." And Will Smith's
What was he
act.
doing before Fresh Prince?
He was a rapper, but he was like a child-friendly rapper.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Right.
bad time to do that because he was like a child-friendly fun rapper when like Straight Outta Compton came out.
Oh.
Not a great time. Like they're talking about
Well, I mean-
like
I mean, do you remember? Like, have you guys ever heard the what is it, the Nightmare on Elm Street rap?
sounds great.
That was Will Smith. Like, he did a rap for like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
It was like very like kind of hokey, that kind of child-friendly vibe.
Oh
stuff.
god, that was
Like,
the late 90s. Oh, that is Will Smith.
But I forgot. Was that before the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
That was after.
Oh, that was after. Okay.
But he I don't know if he had it in his contract, but he did that for the Wild West. He did that for Men in Black. Like he would always do these terrible like raps.
Oh yeah.
I love Men in Black rap. I definitely did a talent show piece to that one.
Oh man, the
Oh my
Wild
God.
Wild
It's
West.
great.
It's fun. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here.
I think
Speaking
that's
of
good.
rap.
Speaking of speaking of rap, huh?
Segways.
segue. There are two wheels, and you drive them.
It's making me
Ooh, look
think.
at that gradient.
That's cool.
Ooh, look at that gradient.
That's a shadow. All right, that's gonna be Jeff.
Hey Jeff,
There he
Juicy
is.
Jeff.
fucking horrifying.
He's everything
Thanks,
you.
I hate it.
He's everything you don't want to be.
It's a wonderful creature you've devised here.
Yeah,
You've outdone us all.
I don't like the more I look at him is the more my will to still be an illustrator. Like I just threw my pen at the screen.
Dude, thank you for blessing us with this creature.
I hate him, but I also love him a lot. It's a dichotomy.
And thanks. Yeah, I mean it's it can be both.
Oh yeah, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying thanks for both of you for joining me for some drawing games again. This is the first time I've streamed in like 2 months.
Oh, it was great.
I didn't
Yeah,
do
that's
any
good.
like posting or advertising at all, so
Yeah, no, I mean, this is
I
just.
think I've had one viewer. Hey, viewer.
No, we're just getting back into it. It'll be good.
Yeah, we're warming back up. We're getting things are kicking back off.
Yeah.
Things are getting real
Um,
colorful.
If all goes well, we'll keep doing this every Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We'll I'll try and actually stick to that weekly schedule again.
Yeah,
That'll
this
be
is
good.
great. I had fun catching up with y'alls.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Maybe next time I'll like figure out. I'll get some like Discord tunes playing.
Yeah.
Give us a little ambiance, you know.
If I, okay, because I was gonna. Okay,
Mhm.
that actually works. Because I'm. All right.
Alright, I gotta go, guys.
Yes.
night, alright?
I have to. I have to
Alright,
go.
good night.
Oh no, the Triforce, British Zelda. Oh.
You both need to go. It's like you guys both said you were done. Like way.
I'm done. Get out. Okay. All right. Have a good night, y'all.
Yeah. Good night, guys. Thanks for drawing.
You too.
Next time.
Yeah, see ya.